Hi everyone, welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. My name is Artem and here is the news. For 612 days, Ukraine defends itself against the forces of the Russian invasion. The Ukraine Peace Formula Summit at the level of advisors started yesterday in Malta. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky informed that 66 countries are represented at the summit, and it is a good result. He thanked all the leaders and countries who have already supported this vision for peace. Quote, and there is potential to expand the representation of states. The points of our formula are created in such a way that everyone in the world who truly values international law can express themselves and their values and support global efforts against aggression, unquote. Zelensky added that right now work is underway on 5 of the 10 points of the formula. These are radiation and nuclear safety, food security, energy security, release of all prisoners and deported persons, and restoration of Ukraine's territorial integrity and the world order. For each point of the formula, groups of states focusing on implementation have been created. The head of state reminded that last year, when he first introduced the formula, the world was still discussing various visions and fairly different approaches to achieving a fair peace. Now the global majority is gradually uniting around the peace formula. Defense Minister of Ukraine Rustem Umerov informed his US counterpart Lloyd Austin about the situation on the front line during a phone call yesterday, reports LBUA. Umerov shared the latest information from the battlefield near Avdiivka, Donetsk region in Ukraine's east. According to him, Russian losses there had already reached approximately 4,000 soldiers. UK Defense Intelligence earlier assessed that Russia has suffered some of its worst losses of 2023 near Avdiivka, and it appears that Russian command's requests to capture the area are once again at odds with actual military capabilities. Umerov and Austin also discussed military assistance and preparations for the next Ramstein format meeting. Umerov also thanked Austin for the continued effective cooperation and supply of artillery ammunition to Ukraine. He stressed that further supplies of ATACMS long-range missiles will allow Ukraine to more effectively target military infrastructure and command posts deep behind enemy lines in the occupied Ukrainian territories. We would like to thank our Patreon supporters. It is with your financial contributions that we are able to continue with this podcast. If you want to support us but have not yet subscribed to our Patreon, please follow the link in the description to this episode. You can support us even starting from $5. If you are not ready to subscribe to monthly contribution, you can make a one-time tip via PayPal, also following the link in the description to this episode. Reuters informs that extensive military support to Ukraine boosted revenues for US defense companies, reports Militarny. US defense contractors Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics, and others expect orders for hundreds of thousands of artillery shells, hundreds of Patriot missiles, and orders for armored vehicles to boost their results in the coming quarters. The division of General Dynamics Combat Systems, which produces armored vehicles, tanks, and artillery used in Ukraine, increased its revenues by almost 25% compared to the same period last year. RTX, which makes the AMRAAM air-to-air missiles used in Ukraine, said it had received $3 billion in military stockpile orders since Russia invaded in February 2022. In addition, Northrop Grumman's Defense Systems segment sales rose 6% in the third quarter, driven by strong demand for munitions and rocket motors. The same tendency is seen in other countries of the world. Sweden's Saab raised its full-year sales forecast, while Germany's Rheinmetall said third-quarter profit jumped on strong demand for weapons and ammunition. Strong wind and rain caused casualties in several regions of Ukraine yesterday. Deputy head of the Office of the President of Ukraine Oleksiy Kuleba informed that 4 people died as a result of extreme weather, 2 in the city of Kyiv, 1 in Kyiv Oblast, and 1 in Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. Another 10 people were injured, reports Suspilne. At the same time, the State Emergency Service of Ukraine reported that a total of 1,900 settlements in 16 oblasts were cut off due to worsening weather conditions. Thank you for listening to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast. We're a commercial initiative of just two people and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the app, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we're getting better. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.